What's up, guys? It's Johnny NoSurf from lifeafterinternet.com. This is the first podcast I've ever done in my life, so here's hoping it goes well. This is a NoSurf podcast, right? Like, that's kind of the theme. But it's the first NoSurf podcast I think ever made on the planet, because I've been waiting for like 4 years, Googling every once in a while, looking for a NoSurf podcast, and it still doesn't exist. So if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it, I guess. I'll pick up the slack. Because, I don't know, the subreddit's, it's at 3,000 people. It's not a huge audience, but it is 3,000 people. You'd think at least one of us would make a podcast, right? So I guess that's me for the time being. If anyone else wants to step up, I'll jump on your podcast. You can jump on this one. I don't have that much, at least I feel I don't have that much original content, but it sure seems like I do. I have 52 articles on the website now, lifeafterinternet.com. So apparently I do have a little bit of content to get out of my system, but I feel like I don't. And then Fridays are my day off, like today's Friday. It's 12:18 p.m. right now, and I'll get up early on my day off. I'll wake up at 5:30, 6. Today I slept until 7, but that's still pretty early by other people's standards. And I've just been drinking too much coffee. I've been 5 hours deep now. Put up 2 articles on the site, and now I'm doing the first ever podcast. So I guess I do have some content in my system. So aside from the original content I put on my website, like my blogging or my experiences with internet filters and porn filters and that kind of thing, apps, or physical devices, I use the K-Safe sometimes. I just got those orange UVEX glasses. I threw a YouTube video up about that in an article. They're supposed to make you sleepy. They did make me really sleepy the first time I wore them, but I passed out hard. I put them on at 8:50 p.m. and at 9:36 p.m. I fell asleep on the couch, phone in hand, passed out hard. And then I wore them last night. I got home late, 11 p.m., right, because Friday's my day off. So stayed out kind of late for me. I'm not some PUA staying out till 3 a.m. or 7 a.m. or something. 11 p.m. is late for me. Yeah, I threw the glasses on, and but I was kind of staring at my phone the whole time too. So yeah, it blocks blue light, but maybe using a smartphone is too intensive. It counteracts it, because when I was wearing those orange UVEX sunglasses 2 nights ago, I was watching TV. I was watching Criminal Minds or Minds of a Criminal. I don't know, the one with Garcia where she's at the desk. I don't know. Me and my buddies, we call it Everything Squad. I don't know what it's called. It's on TV, and it's police cops or whatever. So I was just watching TV, pretty passive activity, right? I'm just lying there on the couch, and I passed out hard, super hard. But yesterday I was kind of screwing around on my phone, right? I'm reading all this stuff, which I'm not supposed to. That's why I have Internet Lock Light. That's why I keep the password for Internet Lock Light in my trunk. So I'd have to get outside and grab the. But anyways, sometimes there's security breaches. Where am I going with this? My apologies if you're listening to this intently and I'm just going off into nowhere, all these different tangents. It's my first podcast. What do you expect from me? I don't know. Maybe I'll be a master editor and this will be a seamless flow, but I really, really doubt that. That's all I think. I think fractured. And I'm kind of all over the place. So, how am I adding value? How will your life be better by listening to this podcast or checking out the site? Point 1, entertainment. Going for the easy marks there, right? Point 2, product reviews. I review a lot of stuff. I like the kitchen safe, orange UVEX glasses, Movasip, Custodio, Internet Lock Light. Things that, if you live a NoSurf or a NoFap lifestyle, would be really helpful. And point 3, I'm transparent, right? I told you guys that Custodio does not, I repeat, does not block the Google search bar on Android phones. At the top, if you look at your home screen, it's that top bar, that Google Now search bar. it'll filter the web results. But if you do an image search, there's like a little browser bar at the top. It becomes a browser, and then all bets are off. It's a totally unrestricted and unfiltered browser. Basically, if Custodio was your only line of defense and you paid good money for it, you basically threw your money in the garbage, because it's a private browser. It defeats the whole purpose. So you need, if you're going to do that, if you're going to use Custodio, you're going to need a second line of defense, whatever it may be. For me, I got like 10. I got Custodio, I got Internet Lock Lite, so I can't even get on the internet. And then I try and keep my phone in the case safe, and I keep the password for Internet Lock Lite in my trunk, right? In an ideal scenario, but a lot of times things, you know how it is. But I'm trying. I'm really trying. And I'm the only guy making a podcast here. So yeah, I found out the Google Now search bar thing. I found that out the hard way, or at least it was hard when I started, right? Troll face. There is no perfect solution for internet addiction or porn addiction. I mean, I've been, brainstorming and being a little scientist here for like 4 years, trying little things here, little things there. And I have a decent system now, but it's a Frankenstein. It's Custodio and Internet Lock Lite and MobaSip, and I have another thing on my laptop called Cloud ACL Family Filter or something, which is free. So that'll catch anything that Custodio misses, or that MobaSip misses, but MobaSip on strict mode does not let you do anything. Like, I can't read the news, I can't do anything, so I play with the filtering stuff sometimes. But like, I got really frustrated with some of this internet filtering software, internet blocking stuff, because like, originally I bought Freedom.to, Freedom app, used to be called Mac Freedom, like Apple Freedom, and it was an awesome app. It was for all platforms, right? It was for Android, for all operating systems. It was for Android, it was for Apple. You could block internet for like 1 hour, 2 hours, all the way up to 24 hours, and it was a great app. It did exactly what I wanted to do. And when you blocked the internet for 6 hours, it was blocked for 6 hours. There's no getting around it. I guess maybe unless you uninstalled the app, I guess you could do that. I forget. But yeah, so September 2015, I had been rocking this app since like April 2015. So I had gotten a lot of use out of it. I really liked it. It was, part of my day, part of my week. And then they updated it. And they said, oh, now you have to go online and set all this stuff. And now instead of the $10 that you paid in April, now it's like, I don't know, $70 a year. It's like an annual thing. So I thought, all right, you know what? This worked out really well for me. I'll buy it. I can't afford it, but I'll buy it. And then they just like dropped support for Android. They didn't send me an email or anything. The app never really worked. Yeah, so fuck those guys. They just kind of ditched Android. So then I ended up going with MobaSip, and they actually work. But when they when they made that switch and it didn't block anything, which made me really mad, I went to the mall. I was out of town, staying somewhere for a couple months, like at a shitty apartment. There was no internet, but I still had data on my phone, which is fucking dumb. But I tried to block it. I really did. I gave them $70, like, hey, protect me from myself in any state, but they wouldn't help. So I just went to the mall. I was pissed, and I bought a flip phone, and I overpaid for it. Like, flip phones shouldn't have cost that much money. I thought it'd be like $20, and they actually wanted like a real amount of money for it. But I did. I bought a flip phone. I use it on and off. I was doing a lot of like 3-day stints with it, right? Before I found like good filtering software, before I found like this Frankenstein solution I have now, I'd fuck up and watch porn or whatever, and then I get mad at myself, and then I'd use the flip phone for like 3 days or a week or whatever. I'd be like, okay, I kind of got a good streak going. It helped me get good streaks going, which is very helpful for a lot of new guys or even guys who've been doing this for years, and they're just fucking tired. A flip phone might work for you. I wish I could say, hey, get it from this website and it's really cheap. But I just bought it at some generic booth at the mall, some kiosk, and it was like overpriced. But I didn't want access to porn on my phone, because after 4 years, like, I know I know at some point I'll be drunk or hungover or tired, or I'll have blue balls, right? Or I'll just be stressed, or who knows. Some circumstance where almost automatically some part of my brain thinks watching a prostitute have sex on camera will somehow add value to my life. And it never does. But for whatever reason, some stupid part of my brain, it's always like, why not, right? If you're unconvinced by the whole NoFap thing, I'm assuming most people listening to this are already kind of are firmly biased and into our camp. But Victor Pride at boldanddetermined.com did a great article on porn addiction. He called it 10 Reasons to Stop Using Internet Porn. So if you just throw that into Google, 10 Reasons to Stop Using Internet Porn, Bold and Determined, or Victor Pride, or whatever, it'll pop up, and that'll probably convince you. If not, reddit.com, our NoFap, big community, right? There are like 100,000 people or something. There's also our Christian NoFap, if you want scripture and like prayer groups and stuff like that. It's a pretty good scriptural argument against porn, right? It's kind of indefensible from a Christian perspective or a Jewish perspective. No idea on the Quran. I tried to read the Quran a bunch of times. I couldn't get through it. Yeah. And there's also our NoSurf, which I'm assuming most of you guys are coming from, which is about moderating internet use in general, because once you stop being off on the internet, you realize there's not that much going on the internet, man. It's just a lot of guys with blogs, I don't know, dumb YouTube videos. Not that much going on the internet. You can, download mixtapes, like steal music. Not a whole lot on the internet, man. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this podcast up now. I think I have a decent amount of time here. 10 minutes or so. So first ever NoSurf podcast just happened. Johnny NoSurf, lifeafterinternet.com. My other podcast will be much more structured. I'll actually have a script. I'll have a point to what I'm saying. But my goal today was just do 5 minutes and put it out there and get the momentum going. Because I'm not a perfectionist. I used to be, but you don't get anything done. It's better just, get this momentum going. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good weekend.